Hello students, welcome back to the online classes of physics. This is your name, Mom is back again with a new continuation of the motion and time. So we have learned in our last lesson what is motion and what is rest. We have come to know about the motion and rest. We have learned in detail about this, isn't it? So next class today we will learn about the uniform and non-uniform motion. What it is, uniform and non-uniform motion. What is uniform and non-uniform motion? Fine. So today we will learn about this. What is this? What is non-uniform and uniform motion? So, uniform motion is nothing but if a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then it is called as the uniform motion. For example, if we take a watch, you see watch. Yes, the watch where whenever you see it moves it a circular motion. Yes, they move in a circular motion. Suppose it is now this time. Fine. Suppose it is this time now. So you can see that when the watch is move, when the clock is when the clock hands are moving, they will move at equal time, isn't it? They are moving at equal distance at equal time. For example, in 5 minutes it will reach here at this position. That means the distance covered by it is in 5 minutes. Then here if it is covering in 5 minutes, that means the distance covered between these two is equal. Equal distance is covered. For example, if I say we have a butterfly and it is moving on different flowers. Suppose imagine a butterfly, it is sitting here for 2 minutes. Okay, after 2 minutes it is traveled here onto this flower and it has sat here for 2 minutes, and that means the equal time it sat here, and it has taken like the equal distance, that it has reached from this flower to this flower in 2 minutes or 2 seconds, you can say. I'll say 2 seconds. And from this flower to again this flower it has reached in 2 seconds. That means suppose the distance between this is for 2 is of 1 millimeter. Okay, so here also suppose the distance from here to here is 1 millimeter and the distance from here to here is also 1 millimeter. So here you can see that the butterfly is in motion. Okay, it is moving from one flower to another flower, and the time taken by a butterfly to move from one flower to another flower and from second flower to the third flower, it is taking the equal time. So it is taking equal time. Suppose it is moving from first flower to second flower, then third flower. Then you can see that the flower from here to here it is taking equal time, and it distance it is traveling also is equal. And from here to here, from second to third also it is moving. Then there also it is taking same time at same distance. So if the object is moving at the same distance with same time, then it is called as uniform motion. For example, if we take car. For example, we are taking a car and we are we are noting the distance traveled by it. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are seeing that now the car is at rest, so it is at zero time. It has traveled zero distance, 0 meters, no distance it has traveled. Then after 10 seconds, if you take 10 seconds, after 10 seconds you see that the car has traveled to 150 meters. Okay, it has reached 150 meters. Fine. After this, if you see, after 20 minutes, this is after 10 seconds, right? And after 20 seconds, if you see, the car has reached another 30 meters. Okay. So after 20, you see that it has reached 30 meters. And after 30 seconds, you see that it has reached 450 meters. And after 40 seconds, you see that it has reached 600 meters. So what do you observe the difference here? What is the difference that you see? The difference is, see here, the car has traveled from 0 to 150 in how many seconds? 10 seconds. Yes, it has traveled from 150 0 to 150 in 10 seconds. From 150 to 300, that is again 300 in 20 seconds. So we will see the difference now. In 0 minutes it is 0 at 0 distance, right? In 150 it has reached 10. Then in 300 meters it has reached at 20 seconds, means if you minus this 10 seconds and 20 seconds, what is the time here? 10. That means to move from this point to this point again it took 10 seconds. Yes, and what is the distance it has traveled? One, that is 300 minus 150. You will get again 150. So that means from here to here it has taken the distance of 150. Yes, 150 meters. That means at starting also it has traveled in 10 seconds, it has traveled 150 meters. Then again here in second this session also you can see that from again here also it has traveled in 10 seconds, it has traveled 150 meters. Similarly here also if you minus for 300 minus for 450 you will get again 150, and 20 minus 30 again you will get 10. That is again in next 10 seconds it has traveled 150 meters. Again in here also 40 seconds you can see that again in next 10 seconds it has traveled again 150 meters. That means it has taken equal time to travel from one point to another point at equal distance. Okay, it has taken equal distance to travel from one point to another. So it is clear now what is uniform motion. It is nothing but a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time. So what is non-uniform motion? If a body covers unequal distance in an equal interval of time, then it is called as non-uniform motion. For example, if we said butterfly, if the butterfly is moving from this butterfly is moving from one flower to another flower. Okay, it is moving from this flower to this flower. Okay, but it is taking equal time to move. It is taking 1 second to move from this flower to this flower, but the distance from here to here again it is taking 1 second to move, but the distance it is traveling is different. Suppose here the distance is 1 millimeter and here the distance is 2 millimeter. That means the difference of 1 millimeter has again arisen here, right? So the distance of 1 millimeter has taken place, difference. Yes, so that means the distance traveled by the butterfly in 1 second is different from one flower to another and then next. Similarly, if you take the example of same car which have been traveling in the uniform motion, then suppose we have this car, it is at rest now. It is at rest, that means it has not traveled anything, that is no time taken, no distance travel, that is 0 time at 0 meters. Okay, now what it has done, it has moved to some distance, that is at 50 meters. It has traveled in how many seconds? 10 seconds. Okay, it has reached in 10 seconds, it has reached 50 meters. Then another 10 seconds it has reached to, like after 20 seconds it has reached at 90 meters. Okay, and another 10 seconds it has reached at, you can say, 180 meters. Okay, so that is at 10 seconds it has reached 50 meters. Okay, another in 20 seconds it has reached 90 meters, in 30 seconds it has reached 180 meters, and in another 40 seconds it has reached 230 meters. So can you see the difference? Can you say that the time taken, how much it is taking time to travel from one point to another? See, that is at 10 seconds it has that is the difference is 10 seconds 50 meters. Okay, so then the another 10 seconds, if you take the time here again another 10 seconds, it has traveled how much? 50 minus 40, how much you will 50 minus 90, how much you will get? 40. So it has taken how much? 50 minus 90 is 40. So it has traveled 40 meters. That means the distance in first one, how much it was? 50. Now it is how much? 40. Then there is a difference of 10 meters. Isn't it? Again in third one, if you see, it has traveled again in another 10 seconds, that is at 30 seconds. How much it has traveled? It has reached 180. That is minus 90. How much you will get? How much you get? 90 meters. That means in first 10 seconds it has traveled 40, it has traveled 50 meters. In another 10 seconds, that is at 20 seconds, it has reached 90 meters. That is the difference was 40. That means it has changed. And then again in 30 seconds you can see it has traveled at 180 meters. That means the distance traveled was 90 meters in 10 seconds. So that means there is a difference between the distance what it is traveling. So that is if a body covers unequal distance in an unequal interval of time, that is in every 10 seconds is travel different distances. So that means it is called as non-uniform motion. when we talk about the motion, it is important to be aware that there exist different types of motions, and each type of motion is independent on a particular situation. So let us see here a car traveling along a straight road. We see there is a straight path, it is traveling in a straight path, isn't it? Suppose this car is traveling on the road, you can see that the car is traveling straight. Yes, the car is traveling on the straight road. Yes, it is traveling a straight path. So here it depends, different situation is there. Suppose we see a motion of a blade on the ceiling fan. If you see the ceiling fan, how it is, how, what is the motion here? What is the motion that you can see, the ceiling fan motion? You can see that it is being rotating like this. Yes, it rotates like this. It is going in circular motion. Yes, and if you see the motion of a needle in a running sewing machine, if you see the needle in the sewing machine, what you see, the machine, it is coming up and down. Yes, if you see the machine, when sewing machine is nothing but the machine which we use for stitching the clothes. What is happening there? In that, the needle is coming up and down, isn't it? So there is a motion, different motion. If you see the pendulum, if you see the pendulum, this pendulum is moving front, sometimes moving back sometimes. So the motion of this pendulum is also different, isn't it? It is moving sometimes forward, it is moving sometimes backward. So motion of the pendulum is also different. So considering the directions of motion, what the differences do we notice in our examples? If we see the direction, what differences do we observe? We see that there you can see there is a straight line, direction is in this direction it is there, so it is having a straight line path. If you see here, it is direction is in circular motion. If you see here, the circle direction is sometimes down and sometimes up and down, and here you see sometimes forward, sometimes backward. Yes, so the here we see the car is moving in the straight line, blade is in the circular path, needle is up and down, and pendulum is in to and fro motion. You see that that is to and fro motion, forward and backward motion. Yes, now based on this path we classify the motions into translatory motion, oscillatory motion, rotatory motion. Three types of motion. So here translatory motion is nothing but when a body is moving in the direction, when the all parts of the body, suppose a car is there, it is moving in one direction, isn't it? So it is moving in one direction, that is all the parts of the car are moving in this direction, right? It is moving in one direction, that means all the parts are moving, are moving in one direction, in only one direction. All the parts are moving in one direction, then it is called as translatory motion. All the parts of the body moves in the direction of the motion, then the motion is said to be translatory motion. Then this motion is again of two types. First is rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. Okay, as I said, first type is translatory motion. Yes, and this is nothing but the all parts of the moving body is moving in a one direction, that is of the direction of the motion, then it is said to be translatory motion. Then this is again of two types, rectilinear motion, translatory motion, and curvilinear translatory motion. Okay, rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. In rectilinear motion, if you see, if a body in translatory motion moves along the straight line, suppose this is a straight road, okay, straight road, on the straight road car is moving, then it is said to be a rectilinear motion. Okay, and curvilinear motion is nothing but when it is moving along the curve. Okay, when it is moving, suppose the car is moving along the path like this, okay, then it is said to be a curvilinear motion. Fine, suppose for example this is a straight road, highway road, we are going along the highway road, and you say that it is a rectilinear motion. And this, sometimes we have slopes, see, on the roads. When we go on the road, sometimes we have a slope like this. We have to go up and then we have to come down. So those roads, like we have curves. Yes, curve roads. Then that motion is said to be, when you are on this curve coming down like this, then that is said to be a curvilinear motion. If we talk about the movement of train on the tracks, you can say that it is a translatory motion. In translatory motion, which motion it is? Rectilinear motion. Movement of coin on the carom board, you can say it is a translatory motion because the coin moves in a straight line, and that term comes under rectilinear motion. Movement of mango falling from the tree, when the mango is falling from the tree, which motion it is? Obviously translatory motion, because it is having only one direction, and that is straight line, linear one. So that is nothing but rectilinear, translatory motion. But which one it is? It is nothing but rectilinear. I hope it is clear. Now next one is, second one is rotatory motion. What is rotatory motion? Rotatory motion means motion of all the particles of a moving body follow a circular path. Okay, follow a circular path with respect to the fixed center or the axis of rotation. So what is rotatory motion? It is nothing but motion of a particle of a moving body follow a circular path with respect to a fixed center or axis of rotation. That means, for example, if you take fan is having a fixed center at the middle. It is having one holder which holds these three petals of the fan. Yes, then what is happening when you on the fan start moving in this direction in a circular path. Yes, it starts moving in the circular path. Yes, now when the fan is moving in a circular motion, that means it is going in rotating form. Yes, it is rotating like this, and fixed center is here. With the help of this center, it is moving in this direction. Yes, it is following one circular path. Similarly, if you see the this one, what you say, pot makers, those who make pot, they will be rotating it. Simply they'll hold at the center like this, and the mud will be rotating like around. That is nothing but circular motion. You can take that also. And you have one more, this top. We will play with the top now. The top also, when you just leave it with a rope, the top will start moving, isn't it? It will also rotate in circular motion. If you see the globe also, when you see the globe, it will be moving in the circular motion. If you just rotate it like this, it will start moving in the circular motion. Similarly, you have ball also. When you throw the ball, you see that the ball starts rotating and it falls down. Ball will be moving in the curvilinear movement, and it will also at the same time it will rotate. So that is nothing but the rotatory motion. Next is oscillatory motion. What is oscillatory motion? The to and fro motion of an object about a fixed point, always following the same path, is nothing but oscillatory motion. For example, we can take pendulum, as I have said already regarding this pendulum. When you just move the pendulum, push the pendulum goes back to this to position, then fro position. It can sometimes go front, it sometimes go back. That is, see, if you have a wall clock with a pendulum in it, you just see when it comes to an hour, it just so produces sound and the pendulum starts moving like this. Yes, that movement is nothing but oscillatory movement. Yes, the bouncing of a ball also, see, when you just bounce the ball, you see that when it is going back, again coming, going front, coming back, going front, coming back. Okay, so similarly that is also called as oscillatory motion. So with this we have learned about the types of motions, and in next class we will learn about time and speed. So I hope you have understood the motions, right? Thank you for watching.